Before I start all this, it strikes me maybe James knows about the phantom power on the board. Was he? James is a clever fellow about that sort of thing. Maybe we should ask James. You know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with the guitar, and they call me on the phone and they say, "Hey man, what's your show about?" So it's about an hour. About guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So if you haven't seen the show before, here's the drill. If you want to call me on the phone, ask me a question about your guitar, the care and feeding of your guitar, what kind of guitar is right for you, how to play the guitar, you know, just call. If you have a question about some related topic, like the guitarron, the cithara, guitarra, lutes, uds, vihuelas, sitars, chitolis, banjos, balalaikas, bajos, sextos, tiples, cavaquinhos, ukuleles, banjolales, banjolins, mandolins, mandors, mandolas, mandocellos. We'll talk about bassoons or bass guitars or trombones, trombomarinas, clavichords, clavinets, any such thing. Pipe organs, piccolos, accordions, ocarinas, anything musical is fine. Politics, world events, your own personality problems is fine. We're here for you on this show, but keep it clean. It's a family program. Okay, sorry, man. We had a little rough start. I came in late. I'm preoccupied. I'm pretty busy, you know. A lot of guitar players. I saw a guy I was having a little snack after playing a gig, talking to the owner of the establishment I was at, and some guy came in looking for a gig, and he said he'd played at the Siren, and I forget how many years ago the Siren closed and turned into a sports bar, and he said he played at the Tuscan Moon, and I'm the guy who plays at Tuscan Moon.
When do you play at the Tuscan Moon?
Well, I'll be there this Friday, Saturday again, starting about 6:30, going on until maybe as late as 10 if it's busy.
That in Kelowna?
Kelowna, Iowa, right downtown, right next to the bakery. Yeah, that's right. Around the corner from Yachty's Ice Cream and
near the cheese factory.
Yeah, not far from the cheese factory. So many fun things to do and see, like going to the cheese house and the bakery. My Kelowna. I'm sorry, I'm meaning to make a song. Anyway, but. Anyway, so this guy was talking about how the gigs he does. I was thinking, well, you couldn't have done any of those gigs in the last 5 years. I was thinking, how long has it been since I've had a gig? And I could look at my watch, except I don't have one, but, you know. Anyway, welcome back, Bob. We missed you for a couple weeks there. I guess you had issues, and you're back. Phil is not with us now. I'm afraid Phil was in the hospital. I hope to communicate with him during this show when Mr. Skrbinski shows up. Yeah, you're back. Welcome back.
Alive and more or less well.
Yeah, more or less. Okay, well, I have a guest on the show this week. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do with this mic over here. Got a chair for him. I don't know what to do.
Well, if that one's turned off, we'll just bring my mic over there while he's on.
Okay. He's going to play guitar and he's going to sing Christmas carols at the same time. But I think if you keep the microphone about this far away from him, it'll be just about right. Maybe we can...
Are we ready for him?
I don't know. Where is he anyway?
They say he's out in the waiting room. I'll go.
We'll see how he's doing. In the meantime, I want to play this guitar a little bit. We had to get that music stand for him there, I think. Bob, there's one back there. I think behind the tree there, I think. I think I can see it from here, but... Make that go a little lower so we can see his. Here I'm doing stage direction when I should be. So we're gonna have to get that mic closer, I think,
Okay.
and maybe the music stand off to the side a little bit, and Eric, this is Eric Dyken here.
Well, from that camera.
You can see him fine. Yeah, but
We got a good shot there.
we're gonna get a shot of him there. Make sure we got a good shot, we can hear him really well. And I think we ought to make some noise and why don't you go back and see about that soundboard there? Because this is sorry, I'm Eric. See what happened was for some reason we're having trouble with. We have a new board and there's a fancy condenser mic right there, but when we turn on the phantom power, the other mics go kaflooey, and I don't know why. It didn't used to be that way with the old soundboard, but you know, it's one of those things. You know, be like how we miss the old soundboard. Like how many country guitar players does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
5. Actually, 4. 1 is screwed in, and 4 to sit around singing about how much they miss the old one. That's our board.
Oh, that is, yeah, that's 5. That is 5.
4 plus 1. Yeah.
5 plus the 1, yeah.
4 and 1. Yeah. I might have misspoken. I don't know. Is there anybody on the board in there? I want to see if Eric sounds good through this. It's a good mic. Could you like play some chords and say something like?
Something like.
Booth is empty at the moment.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can tell some jokes.
Technical staff is off doing technical things right now.
Oh. Well, I mean, I probably called you here too soon. But I wanted to get well, not out of the way, but I wanted to get it done. The other guy who was going to be on the show didn't make it. So.
Why not?
Well, I think he was feeling a bit. Wasn't feeling well, and he wanted extra time. So we want to see if it sounds okay.
I just checked out there, and it sounded good on the television on the live.
You sounds good, okay.
Yeah, while you were talking, why doesn't he talk for a second and I'll, because back here last week, the lights looked good, the levels looked good, but there were some sound issues. So if you can get him to talk for a few minutes, I think that would be.
I'm gonna try to get you to talk for a few minutes.
Well,
And strum, talk and strum.
Yeah, to talk and strum. Oh, you like they do on TV?
Yeah, but face your music stand. See, so they're.
Oh, face the music stand like this, like in the right position, everything like that. So what is it? Who could be? What's happier than a weightlifter directing traffic? Well, that's the 2 guitar players on the TV. You don't watch TV.
No, I don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for public access TV.
Well, one's a mandolin player, isn't he? On the Geico commercial, guitar and a mandolin. Yeah.
And the other one's a weightlifter, I think.
Oh, the guy out directing traffic's a
Yeah, but I think he plays guitar. I think if you play a lot of guitar, you get to. I mean,
Like huh?
Those guns.
yeah, that's all you need. You're playing a lot of
It's not
guitar.
like it's the amps that I carry around. How's he sound? You think? Give us a good strum. Well, anyways, Eric, he's gonna do some Christmas music for us here. I take the pressure off of me. So.
Oh, so we're gonna just do anything.
Yeah. Well, anything with it. This is a family show.
We can't
so.
do this reindeer and Santa Claus and Grandma.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
Yeah.
No, I don't. We don't do that song on this show. But
You don't, oh, this okay. That's not.
you didn't know where you were. You didn't know where you were, did you? Well, this is not. Hey. This is grandma friendly. So.
Well, that I think the original people are now doing it on TV, and there's a YouTube on it, and the original people who wrote the song, they're singing it, and you can go to YouTube, and I think it'd be maybe a special thing, special guests maybe next week.
I'd say save it for the long winter nights, but I guess that's kind of where we are right now. So, anyway, well, so what do you have for us?
Well, I'm just doing what you told me to do.
Oh, yeah?
We can, yeah, but we'll do the Silent Night thing.
Yeah, go for it, man.
We're about 11 or 12 days from the longest winter night.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we're still fall right now.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Even though it was below 0 last night. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Fahrenheit, no less.
So, go ahead and do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon verdant child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing Alleluia. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
All right, well, very nice. That's very nice, yeah. Oops, I'm sorry. There's applause from the control room there, Mr. Skopinski there. He made you look good, man. He was fading in and out and stuff, different shots of your head.
Ah,
So,
that's nice. Well,
that's great, man. Yeah, you've been on the show before, though, haven't you?
yeah. And I'm the one that the handshakes. You know, when your hand shakes and you play guitar,
Mhm.
that's really hard to do.
Yeah, but I find that if you play the tremolo with mandolin,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of like people ask me how I do the tremolo on the mandolin. You know, the like the see, just a bit with a pick though. And ask me how I do it. I say, well, drink about 4 cups of coffee, the way I like to make it, and just try to hold the pick still. Anyway, I'm just making jokes, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so, but you can use that disability to some extent.
Oh, that's a gift. It's a gift.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a gift then.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so that's great, man. You should do another show. What do you have? You gonna be in the show next week too? Or are you gonna?
So somebody's going to cover for me. I'm
Okay.
on call, but
He's a-
yeah. Andy.
So you're a doctor. I noticed that. This. And I hope I'm not violating any confidences by saying that you're a doctor. But,
Well,
see, in this town though, that's not like a big deal. I mean, it's great and everything, but I mean, like I've been to towns. Like I've done this artist in residence thing, and I go to some town where I have some sort of a grain elevator and some things going on there. And they might have 1 or 2 doctors who actually live in town, and it's like a really big deal. In this town, it's not unusual. I mean,
yeah.
just doctors are everywhere. I mean, you can't throw a brick without hitting a doctor in this town, pretty much.
Well, you became an academician recently, right?
Did I?
Yeah. Don't you work? You're
Oh,
professor at a college.
Well, I work at a
Yeah.
I work part time in a college, a 4-year college in Cedar Rapids. It's
Do they call you professor?
most of the foreign people do. The American students just call me Tom.
You know, yeah. In Europe, that's the highest level. They don't call you doctor. That's something you grow out of.
Herr Dr. Professor.
Professor.
My brother was a professor in Germany. They call him Herr Dr. Professor Notnagli, which see the name is actually Notnagel, but it was anglicized a long time ago to L-E on the end instead of E-L, so it's Nothnagel. I mean, I'm not German. I'm mixed race, German Irish and stuff. But
I could tell. But
yeah, you can tell. But anyway, so the Berlin phone book, there's Notnagel. There are a lot of Notnagels and one Notnagli, which is my brother who Herr Dr. Professor Notnagli, which is kind of a weird name, but if you're German, but I guess it's a weird name in English too, isn't it? Huh? Anyway, never mind. But Yeah, but there are a lot of doctors around this town. I'm used to them. It's like hardly a distinction. It's like run into somebody in New York and they say, "I'm a waiter." You say, "Yeah, great." A lot of waiters in New York, but never mind. I'm sorry, man. I'm denigrating your service to humanity.
No, I'm just learning as we go along.
Well, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Here's another story. Go for it, man. I'm going to shut up now because I'm just ruining everything. I'm ruining the whole mood.
God.
Go for it.
But we'll try this one, okay? Yeah, join in if you want. I don't, but. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here. Did you want to play?
I'm just fooling around a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, if you want to play, I want to put it on a different.
Oh, you want to? Okay, yeah.
It's up to you.
Okay.
Did you want to play?
I'll play. I was thinking about noodling around. Maybe one time through, you could just play the chords, and I'll play a
Maybe
little
join
bit.
in.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
you play this in a different key than me. Well, let's try that. Okay.
You go. Yeah, it's all thing. C sharp minor is fine.
Okay. Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice. Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here, and drive away the shades of night, and pierce the clouds and bring us light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations, bind all people in one heart and mind. Bid envy, strife, and quarrel cease. Fill all the world with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Just trying to make a couple blue notes on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you used to do. You had, I don't think many people know that, when you were in that punk band years ago, the
Oh, yeah.
red hair.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, you would shake the stuff and do
Yeah.
the stage stuff.
I had the tattoos all over my face and used to drive nails in my skull. No,
Well, you were a musician back then,
yeah, not just a,
an entertainer.
yeah. Anyway. So I do want to put out a little plug though for next week's performance because we are going to be at Uptown Bill's next week. That's the plan anyway. And going to be a whole bunch of musical acts. Everything from Well, no, Grandma got run over by a reindeer, but all kinds of other things too. And we'll do. By the way, was it fatal for her when she was run over by the reindeer?
No, actually, she had a very bad back.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, there's a lot of doctors in this town, a lot of chiropractors. We're the home of chiropractic, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Brady Street Hill and all the.
I thought that was
doctor-
Devonport.
Yeah, Devonport, but
Iowa.
You know,
Okay,
as
Iowa.
a group, Iowa,
Yeah, I see.
public access and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
But her back was very crooked, and when Santa actually ran over her, this straightened her spine, and that's how they knew there was a God in heaven.
Really, I didn't know there was a theological aspect to
and
it.
and she forgave the world for calling her a guy all those years, and I think that's maybe I have that. I don't know.
We'll have to look it up. I don't know. Bob doesn't have his
Yeah, I don't
laptop.
have my computer.
He doesn't have his computer. Bob's usually ready to look things up so we can.
Well, if that's the case, can we do it next week, Grandma?
I don't know. Do you know it?
No, but I know there was a request. My wife requested it.
Your wife requested
Well,
it?
she has a bad
You
back.
better do it then.
Yeah, and I think in honor of that kind of a thing. I think I'm wrong about that.
Oh, okay.
But it sounds like a good story.
Well, it sounds better, but people try to sanitize things, like in those Star Wars movies and stuff. Like there was the one where not Indiana Jones, Han Solo shoots the mercenary, under the table, and just goes pow, and he puts a few coins on this. Says, sorry about the mess, but when they redid it, remasters it for the DVD set or something, they had the other guy, the mercenary, try to shoot first. See, so they could sanitize it a bit like that.
And that's okay if they try to shoot first, right?
That makes it all right, yeah.
Except the real Star Wars nerds have T-shirts that say Greedo, or say that Han Solo shot first.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, they can't hear you, Bob. We'll get that. Anyway, we got it. We had to give up his mic. We have an issue with that beautiful condenser mic over there. That we're having issues with the soundboard. We're going to put it on the show next week. So next week we're going to have Uptown Bill's 6 o'clock Tuesday. We're going to do Tom's Guitar Show with a cast of thousands. Well, there'll be more people. There'll be some cute kids and a couple of bands. We'll have the Tribbles and the B band, and doing some songs. There'll be banjos, and we'll see who shows up, of course, because I've had a few cancellations. That's why we have so many people on the show. You see, that now if it should come to pass, that most people don't show up, we have extra time. Then you can do all your songs again, and then we can talk like this or worse.
This is great. Yeah, because I was at the end of the line, and I don't think people know that there's an open mic kind of a thing, and then no one showed up today, so I got on. I come here every weekend for years, and I've been on like twice. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what do you have to say? Okay, let's do
all
another
right,
one.
let's try that.
Got everything going right?
Okay. What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greets with anthem sweets, while shepherds watch are keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies he in such mean estates, where ox and ass are feeding? Good Christians fear, for sinners hear the silent word is pleading. This is Christ the King, whom shepherd's God and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant king, to own him, the King of kings, salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary.
Sorry, I was having some fun. I
No.
got another guitar. It's just, you know,
What guitar is this?
it's a G&L.
Ah.
It's a, you know, it's like Fender. It's basically Fender. We know the story of the G&L guitars, you know.
No, I don't know that story.
Oh,
Can
man.
you tell me that? I think around this time every year you tell me this story, sort of like the night before Christmas. But
So it's,
and I usually have the kids here with me. And
yeah,
they're all grown up,
I'll sit around, roast some chestnuts, have some hot chocolate, and I tell you the story of. Well, the story as I understand it was all through the house, not a creature. No, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. Santa was at the North Pole with his merry men. No, I've got that mixed up. No, so I think the story was that Leo Fender had some setbacks. I think some health issues. I heard thought he was going to die back in the mid '60s. He sold his company to CBS, which of course was a huge company. It had not only the media but also manufacturing and stuff like that, electronics and so forth. So they bought it, and then some say they ruined it. They redesigned the Stratocaster, and people don't like that. So if you ever watch a video of Jimi Hendrix setting his Stratocaster on fire and stuff like that, you'll notice that there's a difference in the headstock. See, up here. On the this is a telly, so it's different. But the pre-CBS is stuck out here, but after CBS, it stuck out a lot farther. It was much bigger. This thing that sticks out here, so you could tell what vintage the guitar was. By that, so you see Jimi Hendrix play the gig and do all kinds of wonderful stuff, and then all of a sudden with this guitar, and then you see him bash the amps with it and set it on fire and stuff, and you notice that all of a sudden the headstock on that white Stratocaster grew. And the reason was that the one he liked to play was like built in 1958 or something, and the ones he used to smash were brand new, and nobody thought they were worth anything anyway. So to make a short story even longer, Leo Fender sold his company thinking he was going to die. That's what I heard anyway. And then he got better. So he went to work for Music Man and redesigned some of his guitars and basses and amps for Music Man. And then he parted company with them, and he started a thing with a guy named George. And I forget what George's last name was. I read about him once. George and Leo. So George and Leo, G&L. So that was his company for quite a few years before he died, as an old geezer. So Leo Fender, had a big impact on he basically invented the bass guitar and so forth, and the Stratocaster and the Telecaster. So this guitar is new-ish. I mean, it's new, and but it has that hollow body. See, it's hollow in there. And Fender was doing that in 1969. It was a semi-hollow, because over here it's but over here, so it's got this hollow spot, so it gives you a little extra. And then this pickup here, this is a humbucker. It's a big full sounding pickup, and this one here, of course, is two together. And this one back here is your usual. Your typical Telecaster but this kind of pickup configuration dates back from the early 50s. But this is like what the Gibsons think was. So it's. So that's. And how I got the guitar is another boring story, but it shows my lack of willpower. And
Well, you get Guitar Player magazine, don't you?
yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Did you read it this week? Do you know who got as a gift that guitar, the famous guitar that Jimi Hendrix burned?
Oh, Dweezil Zappa?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it could have been Dweezil Zappa, but I forget.
Well, Frank got it, but when Frank died, he wrote it to
good friend.
Dweezil.
Yeah.
And the guitar's gone through a lot of different changes over time.
And he fixed it up and he played it.
Yeah. Been playing on the road, yeah.
I like Frank Zappa. He's a good person.
Yeah, it was
Met
interesting.
well.
Yeah, I guess, interesting character. I remember his testimony before Congress and so forth.
Yeah, I think he meant well, and he loved his children. He seemed like a
Dweezil and Moon Unit?
Yeah, the name's a little bit interesting.
Frank Zappa's kids were Dweezil and Moon Unit.
Moon Unit. But Moon, shortened it to Moon, sort of a pretty
Was
name.
it Moon Unit? What?
Moon Unit.
There's another named Amit.
Amish?
Yeah, Amit. And then Amit changed his name a couple times, or then he changed it to something like Vomit or something, and then the kids made fun of him.
Yeah, I think that was the deal. The kids at school made fun of him and called him Amit Vomit.
Yeah, no
I
matter
see.
what. Yeah.
That'd be yeah? I got in trouble naming my son Abram. They said that's kind of a weird old name, Not that bad, is it? I mean, better than Dweezil.
Wait. John said Abraham.
God said to Abraham, kill me your son. God said, no, man, you must be putting me on. God said, no. Abe said, what? God said, you can do what you want, Abe, but the next time you see me coming, you better run. Abe said, what do you want this killing done? God said, on Highway 61. Please. George Sammy had a bloody nose. The welfare department wouldn't give him no clothes. He asked poor Howard, where can I go? Howard said, just one place I know. Sam said, tell me quick, man, I've got you run. Howard just pointed with his gun, said that way down on Highway 61.
That's why you named your son Abraham, because you really liked.
Well, it's Abram, not Abraham.
Abram.
Abram, yeah.
But you shortened
Which
it.
was Abraham's original name.
Yeah, before he became the first Jew or something like that.
So he put him up on that thing, and he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
So you sacrificed your son to
Abraham
Matthew.
put Isaac up on the thing.
Yeah, Abraham put Isaac up there, yeah.
Abraham's the bad guy. Oh,
Well, he was supposed to be a good guy because he had his piety.
He was showing his loyalty to God.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if,
Then God gave him a ram to sacrifice instead.
I don't know if they can't hear you. See, Bob knows everything. We need to have Bob on the show to keep us straight about those things. Scripture knowledge, popular culture, life and times of Elvis Presley, anything you need. Bob knows about it.
Where was Elvis's last concert?
I don't know.
Indianapolis, Indiana, and I've got a bootleg of it. I decided not to go. Gave my tape player to my buddy, and he taped it. Of course, there's a main bootlegs. I missed Elvis's last concert in Indianapolis. That's almost sacrilegious.
Oh well. I never heard of Elvis concert. I heard 8 Segovia concerts though.
When did Segovia die?
1980 something, late 80s.
What did he die of?
I think he was 96 years old.
Oh, they just sort of
Just
faded
gave up. I think he was watching TV with his family,
Yeah.
with his wife and an indecently young son.
All my children have been very young when they were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Oh, you mean she was pretty young, and the son as such was pretty young compared to Segovia's age?
Yeah, compared to Segovia's age, his wife was significantly younger. You would think that, well, kind of like Abraham, he was well stricken in years, in his. So when his boy was born, his wife was actually really old. It was a miracle.
That's Sarah, right?
And that Sarah, yeah. So he was going to do away with her because the angel stayed his hand.
You know a lot about biblical things. You play in the church, don't you?
Yeah, every Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going caroling this week. I got a really full week, I've got tomorrow I'm at the Englert. I'm going to do a kids show at the Englert Wednesday night.
What time?
I think it's open 6:30, goes to 7:30, or is it 7 to 8? No, 7 to 8. Doors open at 6:30. The concert's from 7 until 8. And I'm going to do a song I don't know. I'm working it up though. It's let's see, Santa Claus is coming to town. Let's see. I better remember this. Santa Claus is coming to town. Let's see. How's it go? Jingle, jingle. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Santa Claus Lane. Reindeer pulling the reins. I've got work to do.
That's tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh, kids don't care. Yeah.
Better make rehearsal tomorrow.
Sound check at 5. I have to reschedule a lesson. I have. Well, I sent an email deciding on the lyrics right before I left to come here. I am. Yeah. I'm going to do that one. I believe I'm doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I think I'm going to actually do a version of O Come Emmanuel, but it's be instrumental. And then I'm going to leave because I'm only a cog in the wheel. I'm only a part thing, but I'll.
Part of a strong team.
Yeah,
at Englert.
part of a strong team at the Englert. Yeah, so
Supporting Iowa City entertainment, musicians,
that's right.
artists.
That's the rest of the hope, anyway. I sure played a bunch of benefits when they're trying to get the money to get the Englert, but anyway. And then, so I'll do that. That's Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm at the Mendoza Wine Bar again. I'm going to do a thing there at Mendoza. And it's a good place to go. I know the Baked Breeze.
Where's the Mendoza Wine Bar?
Well, it's right there, but beautiful downtown. He asked me where it was. You probably can't hear that at home. Right down, beautiful downtown Coralville, a town that didn't used to have a downtown. So they built one, and it's right in that where the Performing Arts Center is, right across from West Music. It's right there in the front, 5th Street, right there in the front. The back door of the Mendoza Wine Bar empties into the auditorium of the Coralville Performing Arts Center. So
Very convenient.
I'll be there. Oh, little town of Coralville. Anyway, so that's where I'll be Thursday night.
What are the hours? Because musicians aren't there all night.
No, I'm gonna be there from like 7 o'clock until 9 or 10 or something. I don't know. I'm supposed to be done at 10, but I usually end up going later. But I'm usually show up about 2 minutes to 7, and I fool around, and I start late, like 5 minutes after 7. But I mean, that's not so bad. And so anyway, that's Thursday. Friday and Saturday I'll be at the Tuscan Moon, and then in beautiful downtown Kelowna. Supposed to be there at 6. I'll probably start sometime after 6:30, but I'll play late and get reservations. Boy, that was a big night on Saturday. They had this big white carriage pulled by a well-behaved draft horse, and they were taking carriage rides around in the cold. But they had hot chocolate and a big blanket to throw over them, and little lights, Christmas tree lights, or like the little white lights dangling off of the white carriage. So anyway, I'll be there on Friday and Saturday. No carriage rides this week, I don't think. And then, let's see. Oh, Sunday, I'm at Journey Church, and we're going to go start 10:30 there. I guess I had to be there 10, but it starts 10:30. I play for their service. And then then we're going to go caroling in the early afternoon to the Johnson County was a rehabilitation center. It used to be the county home out on Lower Muscatine Avenue. On the
Lower Muscatine goes to...
It's not Lower Muscatine. It's Herbert
Scott
Hoover
Boulevard.
Highway.
Is that Scott Boulevard?
No, that goes the other way.
Other way.
This is the road to West Branch.
Used to be a local road.
Yeah, Herbert Hoover Highway. Rochester Avenue goes. Okay, so that's going to be on Sunday. We're going to go caroling with the parishioners. I got myself involved in that. I'm going to play the guitar for that. then I think all starts next week again. Oh yeah, Thursday we've got juries at Coe College, so all my students have to go and play in front of the string faculty first thing in the morning on Thursday. So that's this week. But then, the next week's gonna be a whole bunch more stuff. I think I'm gonna be playing in Burlington on Thursday next week.
Casino?
No, big party, something. So I don't know.
And next Tuesday, the big Christmas show.
But that's the thing I would want to say. Next Tuesday is a big Christmas show. People should go to that, man. This is not going to be boring like this when I'm just talking about the
Uptown Bill's Coffee House?
Uptown Bill's Coffee House. Yeah. Anyway,
They have banana splits?
do they? I think they might.
I think they used to. They have coffee
Shakes.
They have
Yeah.
shakes. Yeah. Maybe you can go up there and
and reading material.
reading material. You can buy books if you want. Hey, you can even have a cup of coffee if you wanted.
Corner of South Dubuque and Lafayette.
Corner of South Dubuque and Lafayette, right down by the tracks. My advice is, if you can't find it, go to the Sheraton Hotel downtown, and turn south. You know, on the other side. Walk through, go away from the Ped Mall to the other side of it, and keep going a few blocks down the hill by the tracks, and there it is. Several blocks.
A lot north of the county office building.
Yeah, where you get your license plates and stuff. So,
So how many people play next week?
I don't know anymore. I don't think I really did. And then some kids, and then some more kids maybe. So 4 kids. See, okay, there's Andre, Mason, and Schlickman, and then him. Yeah, the guy who's going to be on tonight. He's going to be on next week. There's 5 kids, I think. Then there's any more that I know of. I think that's it. No, 6. Can't forget that one. He's going to sing a bunch of Christmas songs. He's going to play his own guitar as a young fellow. Okay. Oh, the show's almost over. I haven't even getting started. And then the tribbles, and then the it's just 10, 13, 14 with you. 14 people, I think, at least. 14 maybe? I think so. One of the tribbles can't make it. The banjo player.
The band playing?
Oh, the banjo player.
But, is your band-
The band, yeah.
Yeah, they'd be playing.
So the question. So I mean, that would leave. There will be one banjo player, though. That's true. There's Ted. Should I leave it all up to Ted to play the banjo, or should I bring one too? I don't know. So I don't know. I mean,
Play Foggy Mountain Breakdown. I was correct.
when I do Foggy Mountain Breakdown on the guitar, I just do the guitar part. It's not nearly as interesting as the banjo part.
Banjo's just headless. You know, they're coming out with a new Bonnie and Clyde.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I heard. That's
I think it's a cleaned up, made for TV version, isn't it?
I think so. Oh yeah. Unless you pay for your TV, you can't see it. We don't pay for our TV. We're out nowhere, so we can't watch it. But it's on one of those cables. Oh, that's too
So is your address? What city do you? Are you just a rural route? Or you
bad.
have
Well, no, we're in Solon, but we're 8 to 10 miles from Solon.
You're nowhere
10
near
miles
Solon, man.
Yeah, so nowhere near Solon. We're near Cedar Bluffs and Morris.
Cedar Bluff. Yeah, I know where that is.
There are no more rural route addresses since Enhanced 911 came in.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has a street address now.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
So you're
just-
Solon, but you're really far away from Solon,
Yeah,
man.
I think we're closest to West Branch, and that's 9 miles.
Yeah.
10 miles from Solon, 10.5 from Iowa City, but real close to Morris, like 2 miles down the road from Morris.
Yeah. Well, you told me where you lived. That was right by that St. Bridget's church there.
Yeah, right across the street, and see St. Richard right up north. Is it? Yeah, north.
That was there a week or 2 ago. I mean,
Yeah, you were recording. What was that? The
Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
Song of
stuff.
Civil War. Anyway.
You heard the recording?
No, I
you
haven't.
heard the recording yet?
I mean, like I'm like hired help. I just show up and do my thing, you know, and then I have to go and do the next thing. My next thing then was play a gig, and then after that I had another gig, and then I had another gig after that, and then after that I had some more gigs, and now I'm like worried about tomorrow at the Angler. You see. As soon as I get done from that, I'm going to go home and teach some more lessons, and I'm going to worry about getting up in time to be there for the juries. in the, which means I probably better work on one thing up. The one kid, he marks up his music so much that I can't see the chords. He's actually doing a Beatles song. It's a young fellow from Japan, and he's doing
On guitar?
on a guitar. Yeah, he's going to play just the melody, and I'm going to play the chords for him. A Beatles song, but I can't see the chords because he wrote all over it, and it's like, and he wrote like the names of notes and things all
And
over
in
it.
Japanese?
No, they're the same numerals.
Oh, just numbers and stuff.
Yeah. They got them from. We got those from the Arabs, but the Arabs got it from India, so that's why.
What, are they
Oh, I
gonna-
forgot. As far as Indians are concerned, yeah, there are a couple guys from India. Kids, I guess they're Americans, but they're first generation. They're going to play they're going to play the concert too, next week at the coffee house. Wow, man.
Pranav will be there?
Prano and Chirag's supposed to be there, but I haven't seen him for a while. He's supposed to play something. We'll see.
We've seen Pranav develop over the years.
Yeah, well, people can't. Nobody's watching this show anyway, so who are we kidding? They can't hear what he's saying, because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got the microphone, man. I got you a beautiful microphone. Isn't that a nice microphone over there?
Yeah,
that
this
one.
short one? And
Yeah,
this-
that one. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that one?
Yeah, that condenser mic. It's a great mic.
Is that the one that's doing everything?
The mic's fine. It's the board we haven't figured out.
Oh.
It's good.
We have to put power to that mic, and when we put power to that mic, it kills the rest of them.
Oh, no kidding. It just sucks everything.
But they didn't do that in the old board. Hence the country song. We sing how much we miss the old one, the old board.
We haven't learned to operate all the new equipment yet.
Anyway, I got this guitar. I don't know what to do. Man, I was going to do something, but that sounds like a Telecaster. This sounds like a jazz guitar.
Better play something. There might be a commercial on the broadcast stations, and people might tune in.
Oh yeah. What's he doing? I had a groove going the other night. It was last night. Great guitar. I already had a guitar, but you know. Now tomorrow I'm going to play my Red Starfire. I think I played that at the mall when I was playing at the mall on the old Capitol Center on Saturday.
How'd the hat go over?
Santa hat?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it was great. I took it to Kelowna with me that night. I wore it to Kelowna too. I remember it was really uncomfortable. Then I realized my wife sewed a little lining in it of some sort. It was really interesting.
An uncomfortable lining.
No, it was more comfortable.
Oh, she made it comfortable.
It made it much more comfortable than it was. Yeah, it was a nice, pretty nice hat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it all the time, but it's, you know, kind of fun. Saw some strange things though from that stage. Another thing I noticed is the old Capitol Center is there are a lot of Chinese people there.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of Chinese
My
people.
wife's Chinese, you know.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I got nothing against Chinese people. I've actually known quite a few over the years. There are quite a few of them around, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
There are billions.
yeah, there are billions of them. So
They're a lot in Iowa City.
there are a lot in Iowa City. Yeah, that's another
It's
thing.
real nice for my kids. Yeah, so you know,
There's all the
they
Chinese people around?
keep the culture. And the grandpa just came back, and so there's lots of Asian culture. Keeps the kids up with things because half of them German, half of them's Chinese.
Yeah, yeah, that
And
German
here in
thing.
Iowa City, you get both. The Manas and over there at the Tuscan Moon and the Kelowna. And
Yeah, well, I mean, there are a lot of Germans around you.
yeah,
I was gonna say something like you spray and spray, they just keep coming back, but no, it's not. It's not. I'm mixed, you know, but I guess that my DNA is mostly German, so I mean, more than half apparently.
Hmm.
So it's not my fault, but
no Chinese though.
not that I know of, but
Half of my family's 50%, but I'm pretty much not that part. But
yeah,
but great city to live in, you know, for all that extra cultural stuff.
for the well.
Yeah.
But the reason I was mentioning this in the first place, though, was because when I played my gig, a lot of Chinese people. I'm assuming they were students. I'm assuming they were Chinese and they were students, so they were taking my picture with their phones. And there's this thing called Snapchat. So I wonder if you know where you can send a picture and it you see the picture and then it goes away after a few seconds, but you send these pictures. You know, I wondered if they were. My picture is taken quite a bit, you know. I guess where all of ours are with surveillance and everything like that, Big Brother watching us. But for me, it's like more like, you know, I'm holding a guitar, so people are looking for somebody to take a picture and say, well, here's a guy holding a guitar. So anyway, so I wonder if they watched me, saw pictures of me in China.
Yeah, I think I bet you a couple weeks, Shanghai will be big posters all over mandating you follow the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, and then you got the guitar.
I've had friends who toured Europe, you know, like in Italy and places, and they say that, you know, the thing is that they have a good impresario or whatever like that, and they don't know that these people here are not like big stars. You see, they're not big stars in the U.S. They say, great American musician, and they're just, you know, play the same dives that I play, but they're, you know, but they don't know any better. See, I could go to China.
Well, you're on a TV show. I don't think Paul McCartney had a TV show.
Paul McCartney's not on TV every week on his own show, but
Someday, maybe.
I saw this thing about celebrities who had been in jail, and Paul McCartney was there because he got busted in Japan for pot.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't think of that, but then you see that video of him doing the Fool on the Hill, you think, yeah, that makes sense. Well, we're almost on a TV show here. Like before we even got it started, you know, we hadn't had a chance to have much pearls of wisdom from Bob, but hope you read something for us next week, Bob. It has to be short, but
Yeah, as many guests as you have next week.
Wait.
I'll recycle my Christmas joke.
okay, all right. Don't tell it this week though, because somebody might watch both shows by accident. Anyway, this will be the last regular Tom's Guitar show of the year. I think we're going to go on hiatus for the
We'll go into reruns after next week, won't we?
yeah, for those couple weeks, and then I'm hoping to start a whole new kind of like last year, or it was the year before, I decided to improve the show by doing the Uptown Bills thing and try to make it better, but I realized that the show that we did a couple weeks ago when we were supposed to be upstairs, but you actually weren't here, so. But they couldn't do it upstairs, so we did it down here, but we had some readers and some things prepared. It was actually a pretty good show, because it was prepared. I mean, I was expecting to try a little harder upstairs, so I just tried harder downstairs, and it actually wasn't quite so bad. So, anyway. I'm about ready for the closing credits, but next week, Tom's Guitar Show is going to be upstairs at Uptown Bill's. It's our big holiday extravaganza. It's not just, I forgot about, Ed's going to be on it. So it's not just going to be Christmas. We're going to do some Jewish songs, a bunch of klezmer songs with a mandolin player, Jewish fellow himself. And we're going to do a bunch of other things too, plus Christmas stuff, and little boy's going to sing Christmas carols, and we're going to try to get it all to fit in, and if, and you know, it'd be worth going to, I suppose. I'll be there. I'm going to go to it, so, because I don't have any choice, do I? All right. A little out of tune. Make it more authentic blues, though, wouldn't it? Tom's Guitar Show theme is it's a happy blues.